done the same thing. She mocked the loss of Talia's baby. So that was the first thing that I heard. And I was a bit like, and I like, listen, I like Luke. I don't really mind Luke. He seems like, I kind of like his views most of the time. But that for me was like, okay, you're getting mad at somebody who mocked the loss of Rickster's brother, but somebody that you are willing to hang with has mocked the loss of Rickster's child. I just feel like you have to, you know, I don't know. So that was the first thing. Then in the background, I was in, I think I was in Alicia's live, and there was just, she was playing old videos of Angie. And look, I always joke and put orange hearts in the chat, and I say that I love Angie and so on and so forth. But like, when you watch those videos of like the stuff that she said, you just go, oh, it's really bad. Like even my trolling, yeah, even me putting orange hearts in people's chats and stuff like that, I do it like tongue in cheek, but I stepped away from like Angie a long time ago. I don't go into her rooms. I'll pop in every now and then to watch the drama, but you don't see me like in there in the same way. Because I just can't be around that kind of thing. Like my thing with Angie, right? I'll tell you my thing with Angie from the start. When I first joined this app, I didn't know who she was. I went on a stage and people were like, you're in Delusive Angie's box. I didn't have a clue. I was just there for a debate. So I didn't know much about the woman. And then I was kind of half in and out of Mary Mouse group, Marcel. My voice cracks all the time. I don't know why. And that group kind of got angry at me because I was on Delusive Angie's stage and I didn't understand what was going on. I said, listen, I like to take people as they come. I give everybody a chance. If I don't know them, I'll give them a chance. I'll learn about them. And I saw a broken woman. Yeah. I saw somebody that has, I don't know, sadness, darkness, whatever. And part of me kind of felt sorry for her. So I took her at face value. I didn't have all that other information and so on and so forth. So I used to go into her lives, and I was there when she had like a mini episode one night. I spoke to her when she was whatever, because that's just the kind of person I am, right? Then over time, I discovered who that person was. Took a step back, right? Then another creator, for instance, Miss Red. I don't go into Miss Red's lives very often. And the reason that I don't do that is because when there was a time when racism was rampant on this app, I went into her boxes, 6,000 people, tried to talk about racism, noticed a lot of things on the app and spoke in those boxes, right? It wasn't very welcoming. I pointed out that I don't feel like Red Space is very open to ethnic minorities. That's how I felt at the time, right? I would watch and I would very rarely, unless it was a race debate, see many ethnic minorities in there. One day I said this, and I remember everyone getting, if they didn't feel like they felt safe in that space, they got blocked. Right? Whatever happened with Miss Red happened, right? I think she's all right. I don't dislike her, but I stepped away from that space. I don't go into that space anymore. Who else? I don't know. I don't know what my point is right now, but I just feel like I try to stay as consistent as possible when it comes to when things happen. So for instance, Corey, up until recently, I liked Corey. I thought he's hilarious. I probably still like him, whatever. He had my back during a lot of stuff, and I thought he was a cool creator. Then obviously those voice notes came out, right? Regardless of how I feel about Corey, I took a step back because I'm consistent. I'm consistent with it. Like for me, what was said got said, and it never got apologized. That doesn't even make sense. It was never truly apologized for, and that told me, yeah, in my opinion, that you don't care about the community that you offended. Once I learned that, I took a step back. And I think when certain things happen, I think it's very easy for some people to forgive and to go back and to be friends with these people again because it doesn't affect them. I think everyone on this app is guilty of like there being wrong uns on this app, but as long as they're not wrong uns to you, we can keep it moving. I don't know if I can do that. Look at me ranting away. I don't know if I'm making sense, guys. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's just one of those days where I just feel like ranting. But I've stayed consistent. I've stayed consistent. And do you know what it is? I'm sick of like, when something kicks off, everyone says, yeah, we have these big lives where there's loads of people and we're like, we're going to make a stand. We're going to stand on business. We're going to do such and such. Say, for instance, anyone with evil in their name, they're not coming in. We're not going to allow these people to continue doing this. We have these lives. People talk the talk, yeah? Everyone says, we're finally going to crack down. And all that happens is a couple of days later, we don't crack down. We don't back it. And then we're back to square one until the next episode of effery, until the next violation. Like, it's like I said, that Chelsea Harwood video that she did with Shep changed the game for me. It's been forgotten. It's done, and we're straight back to normal. That's what this app does. It normalizes it. Basically, everyone knows that you can do or say something, go quiet for a little bit, and all these flakes are just going to forget about it, and we'll just come back and we'll make our money. That's what this app is. It's an everlasting circle of effery. And it feels like the people that stand on shit and the people that really back it are the people that are ostracized the most. They're the people that don't last because they're not willing to fucking, I don't know, drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not going to forget certain things. Like, I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to let it unalive. Yeah, I genuinely can't believe that a few weeks ago, somebody did a video where they stood loud and proud in a KKK outfit with ropes around ethnic minorities' necks, and everyone just said, yeah, it was shocking at the time, but now we're done a week later. And it just doesn't just go for race, yeah? It doesn't just go for race. You see all these videos that I'm watching of people that are like, we're going to do this to children. Bun you as well. Anyone that uttered words like, I'd like to see you down a dark alley and all them things, you're done out. You're done out. There's no way. Even if you're coming for my worst enemy, you're done out. You don't have a platform to speak. Like, I don't know. I've heard this Billy's name quite a few times, right? I've heard of him through Chippy. I've heard of him before or whatever. But like, I don't care what information you've got, right? You're done out. All this Irish Roof, PLM, I don't know what it's all about, but you're done out. If you're associated, you're done out. I've got no time for anyone that utters those kind of things. You can be... Yeah, the app moves quickly. And do you know what it is? Do you know what it is for me? The worst part about these creators, right? They're now getting to the point, and this one's for like Dave Duran. They're now getting to the point where someone will say to them, "Oh, you're a wrong'un," or "Oh, you're a racist," and they're going, "Yeah, ice cream." And they're going, "Yeah, I am. What are you gonna do about it?" Me too, Kiki. Me too. I've. Do you know what's mad? I clocked this app like within a couple of months, and I was saying, right, it gets to a point where you can't blame the creator anymore. The creator's not the issue, because people on this app have so much power. Yeah. The thousands of people that go into these rooms, they have the power and they don't realize it. And it's mad. Like, here's the truth of the matter, yeah? This app could be changed in a month. Genuinely. People always go, "Oh, there's nothing we can do about it. Or the app's the way it is." No, it's not. No, it's not. The app could change in a month. All day, every day. Nobody wants it to change. That's the fact of the matter. People don't want it to change. You see those people that sit. Chelsea Harwood, yeah? She was doing a video about me one day, and I called her followers idiots, yeah? And she said, "Look at him, calling you idiots. Tell him your professions," right? And they were saying vet, blah, 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 doctor, blah, 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 as if it was to prove a point. No, do you want to know the proof that what you proved? You proved, yeah, that you see every single day when we go to places like a doctor, or we go to a lawyer, or we go to people in like with good jobs, yeah? Some of those people are sitting on this app with people like that. You didn't prove nothing. All you proved is that day to day, we rub shoulders with scumbags and we don't even know it. The fact that when you're going to your doctor and you're in pain, they could be looking at you like you're nothing. They go home and they laugh at people mocking when babies have lost their lives. That's what you proved. You didn't prove, congratulations, you can get a high-powered job, but that doesn't mean that you're not a scumbag. And that's why this app is so interesting to me, because it proves that like these scumbags exist, and there are certain positions that you're put in life where you think something's a little bit off, and you're right. It's crazy, isn't it? Look at me spitballing. I think that's all it proves. Like, it doesn't say, "Oh, well done, you got to this position." It says that sometimes people in positions of power are just horrible human beings. Hello, Carousel. Even the good ones, you could question their morals, though. Alina, in what way? Proves that the NHS is left. It does. It does. Because the conclusion that I've come to, right? You know those people that are like diehard fans of, I don't want to pick one creator, but you know, diehard fans of like your Daves, your Angies, your Canadian Angies, right? I've come to the conclusion, you see when you get people that are like, "Oh, they're not racist," and blah, 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 blah. They are racists themselves. And that's when they sit in there and they're like, "Ha, I agree with this person and I roll with it." Here's what really summed it up for me, right? Remember when I was beefing with Paul? when she nearly called me a monkey, right? And I remember the people that had her back like mad. I remember Sophie Bailey and I remember Levi at the time, proper riding for her, right? And I was like, and I've even said it before, people who back her probably don't have an issue with what she said. And lo and behold, a few months later, what did we have come out about Sophie Bailey? Lo and behold. So you see those people that ride too hard for certain people, it tells me who you are. Like, it tells me what kind of person you are, and it tells me where your mentality is at. I was vexed with you when you were associating with Dave. I've never associated with Dave. Me and Dave have always bumped heads. And that's another one. I had my issues with Dave, yeah? And then again, I kept it moving. I don't address that man. I don't talk to that man. Remember when it was a big prevalent thing on the app? Me and Dave went back and forth quite a few times. And in fairness to Dave, like, when I conversed with Dave, we conversed as men, we kept it moving, and we've never spoken since. I don't need to talk to that man. I don't need to watch his content. The only time I ever see that man, he's disrespecting people that are putting money in his pocket. Eid Mubarak to all the Muslim people in my chat. Oh, it's Christmas. It's Muslim Christmas, guys. This should be a time of fun. Go on, question. Go on, Shan. Yeah. But then, do you know what it is, Kiki? I'm torn between not giving people attention, because it's funny. Alicia said it on our live. She said that she was talking to Corey and that they said the best thing to do is ignore people like Sophie Bailey. I agree 100%. I think when you ignore people like that, they get bored. Like all trolls. A troll's main priority is to wind you up, yeah? If somebody trolls you and you don't react, the troll gets bored because there's nothing. They just throw everything they can at you and you don't react, and they just go, oh, this is boring, and they go away. But it's hard to do that when what's being said affects communities. That's when it gets difficult, because on this app, when people have things to say about me, I just ignore it and they move on. I don't really care. And I don't tend to get that invested in things to do with me because I don't really care. It's when it affects whole communities is when it's difficult. Let me go back up and see if Shan asked that question. No, she didn't. She just wasted my time. Stupid Shan. It's a balance. You open your mouth when... Yeah. And it's hard to know when to fight. Like Remy was just in there then saying that she's done, right? And that's such a shame. Because Remy's like one of the only people that is able to keep her calm, deliver the messages that she needs to deliver, and she doesn't fall for their traps so that they have ammunition to discredit her. She's one of the only people that's able to do that. So when she steps away, it's a W for them. Because that's what they want. They want to... The strong personalities that come out and can kind of rally people against them, they try to silence very often, because they know that once people work out they have the power, they're done for. Like, I want to know what's going on. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Like, everyone likes a bit of drama. That's not lie. Like, everyone loves a bit of drama and it's funny. But there are levels to the drama, right? There's levels of drama that I can enjoy. So, for instance, the other night, that random woman saying that she pooed herself and her dog ate the poo, and there was a back and forth there, yeah? Two old women going at it. That's funny, yeah? That's the kind of drama I'm here for. Two old women who should be looking after their grandkids and, I don't know, in a park, swinging their kids, yeah, are online saying pull up. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's the kind of drama I'm here for, yeah? Cool. It's petty. But when you start talking about like kids and unalive parents and like, it just goes too far. Wasted energy because people don't care. Yeah. So Shan, try again, please. I don't know, guys. It's a ranting kind of Saturday. It's a ranting kind of Saturday. Imagine people saying I want clout and I don't even ask anyone to tap the screen. I don't care. What else am I thinking about while I'm here? I don't know, guys. I don't know. It was just a moment of reflection. Just a moment of reflection. Ask me a question if you want. What was the KKK stuff? Okay, so Katie, there was Chelsea Harwood did a AI video. Here's something I want to say, right? You know those AI videos that she does? They're rubbish. Not in terms of quality, but like they're not even funny. I look at the comments underneath and it's like, you're so funny, Gotti. They are rubbish. They don't even make sense. There was one, right, where it was just like loads of imagery of her pregnant. And I was like, what? I'm so confused. And then like, there'll be like someone crying. And then someone running in a they're so random. They're so random and they're so rubbish. Like, at least be funny, or it will have like DG with a dummy in, and it's so. And how are you going to insult I was going to say, how are you going to insult people's intelligence? Yeah, but mid rant, I got so upset that I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, here's a thing, right? So remember that she was always rolling out Alice and saying she's mixed race. So if that person, yeah, that got arrested for the fraud, if that is the person, listen, I know these people. If that's Alice, I know Alice. It's a very small world, yeah. The city that Alice is from, I know Alice. Alice ain't Alice ain't no mixed race. Maybe she's got a drop of something in her, yeah. But that city, right? Let me wake it all the way up. The city that she's from is called St. Helens. Guys, there's about 3 ethnics in that whole. There's about 4 people of ethnics in that whole town. That town is, look, there are towns up and down the city, yeah, who are very marginalized towns. They're very small-minded and they don't, put it this way, even the black people there don't know they're black people. Okay, some people won't understand this, but the people that I'm talking to will understand. Just because you got black skin, yeah, doesn't mean that you know your heritage. Doesn't mean that you know anything about your. These are people that are raised around a lot of racist people. These are black people that are raised around like racist people who will happily be in a group of white friends and will allow other people of color to be mocked, will allow themselves to be mocked, yeah, and will laugh along with the joke because that's how they were raised, right? They have no connection to their black side because they don't know it. They just they grow up in that area, and I feel sorry for people like that. I've seen people like straighten their black hair, it looks really wrong, gel it, slick it, try to be something that they're not. Not every black person knows that they're black. So if this woman that she's speaking about is Alice, and she's been using her as an excuse and saying, my friend Alice says that it's okay. Let me tell you this now. There's no ethnic in Alice. There's none whatsoever. Oh, it just makes it. How many times, yeah, do these creators have to be proven as liars before people stop taking them seriously? These people lie every single day. They get caught on camera lying every single day. And yet when they speak, people are listening. What? They're compulsive liars. Like compulsive liars. How many times has Delusive Angie been proven as a like words come out of her mouth? Chelsea Harwood, she is a liar. Chelsea Harwood is a cockroach, a survivor. She will do anything and say anything that will keep her alive. She is the epitome of a human. Right? Human nature is to survive. That woman will say anything. She will say anything as to not look bad. She doesn't care about anything. She cares about herself and her bank balance. Anything else that she pretends to care about on this app, she does not care. You're mad. The woman's a survivor. She just wants money. Didn't she come up with a phrase like, exactly? Who this? She's a narcissist. Ah, there we go. Guys, I got a violation.